Welcome back to my channel, y'all. It is your girl jalynnxlanae, and I'm back with another video. Hold on. Today's video, I decided to do a sit down video. So I did a poll on my Instagram, and I had 3 video topics, and I allow my followers to pick which topic they decided to see first. And those 3 topics was how to heal from a heartbreak. The second one was my spiritual journey. And then the third one was how to find yourself outside of being a mom. So my followers voted most on how to find yourself outside of being a mom. So that is what this video is going to be about today. Before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on my social media to stay up to date with me and Bubby. And we're going to go ahead and get into this video, y'all. Okay, so the reason I decided to do this video was because for me, it was hard for me to find myself outside of being a mom, especially being a new mom. And my son, he's 2.5. Now, like, I've actually been able to find myself. I've been able to find the things that I like to do, find different things that keep me grounded and keep me level-headed, and finding different things to keep me tapped in with myself and not allow myself to lose myself while being a mother. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all some things that help me find myself outside of being a mother 24/7, y'all. I hope that you guys enjoy this video. If you know any mothers that's out there struggling and you feel like this may help her, go ahead and send her this video. Go ahead and share this link, y'all, because we're here to help each other. You know, I feel like the things that we go through in life are meant to help us gain wisdom and knowledge in different situations that we are in, not only for ourselves, but to actually help other people. So that's what I'm going to do for y'all girlies out there, because I know it's hard being a mother. I know it's hard finding yourself outside of being a mother, especially when you with your child all the time. So I'm going to drop some gems for y'all. The first thing that helped me find myself outside of being a mother was taking time for myself by myself without my child. As y'all all know, I am a single mother, and I have my son all the time. So for me, it was especially hard because when I first had my son for the first 2 years, it was just us two in a house. Like, I lived by myself. It was just me and my son. So I didn't really have the luxury of being like, oh, can you watch him? Or, oh, can you let me take a break, blah, blah, blah. My sister, she would come over because she lived like literally 5 minutes from me. So that was nothing. But for me, it was, I don't want to burden nobody else with my child. You feel me? I feel like that's my child. So I need to get up and do what I need to do for him, whether I'm tired or not, whether I want to chill or not. I didn't like asking people to watch him. I didn't like asking people to babysit for me, because ultimately when I first had my son, I felt like that was my responsibility. Now I'm at the point where I'll ask my sister, or I'll actually set a schedule. If my friends want to go out or something, we'll actually plan it ahead of time so that I'll have a babysitter lined up, because I'm gonna go have my fun, okay? And that's just that. Like, that's just on period. I'm gonna be a mama first, but I'm gonna go have my fun. Like, and that's just that. Taking time by yourself is very important, because you're able to tap into yourself again. You're able to sit with yourself. You're able to dialogue with yourself. You know, you're able to tap into stuff and see things from certain perspectives that you wasn't able to see because you're so caught up in being a mom. If you do have a hard time finding a babysitter, I definitely suggest that you schedule stuff ahead of time so that you know, like, okay, let me line up my babysitters just in case, somebody is not able to pull through or something like that. So definitely set a schedule, even if that's like once a month or the weekends, every other Saturday, whatever suits you and your village and the people that's helping you. I suggest that you do that, because it is very important to have your alone time and spend time by yourself so that you can tap into you again, okay? I'm looking at my computer. I wrote down some points for myself, so that's what I'm looking at if I look down. Number two is allow yourself to accept the changes that come with being a parent. Some of those things, I'm gonna just throw them out there so that y'all not confused about like what you mean accept the changes. Having less free time, being able to go and do what you want to do when you want to do it, being able to go out when you want to. Allow yourself to accept those changes and allow yourself to become at peace with your circumstances, because a lot of times we get caught up in the chaotic parts of our lives that we don't necessarily sit and be able to soak in the goodness. When my son was an infant, I was pretty much trying to survive. For me, it was like, okay, I know that I'm about to have a baby, but I didn't know what came along with that. I didn't know the changes that was coming along with that. My body, my emotions, all of that, I had no idea. So for me, it was definitely an eye-opener. It was definitely a humbling moment. I was tired, I was depressed, like I was upset because I'm not gonna lie, I had a little resentment toward his dad at the beginning because I felt like, okay, well, how can you go and live your life and do what you want to do, but I'm over here taking care of your child, you feel me? So for me, it was kind of hard to accept the changes, especially because I didn't have as much help. So it was really just me figuring out a lot of the stuff that I learned on my own. So going through trial and error and learning stuff on my own. Yeah, I had my mom there, you know, I was able to call her and stuff like that, but she wasn't in the house with me 24/7. Like I would be able to pick up the phone and call her. I couldn't just drop my son off. Like it was really like, girl, you gotta wake up. It was a wake up moment. It was definitely a life humbling moment. Allowing yourself to accept the changes that come with being a parent allows you to be at peace with your situation. And while you're at peace with your situation, you'll be happier. You'll be able to do stuff and jump out there and try different things, even if that's with your kid. To accept the changes come with a lot of positive changes in the long run as well. It also allows you to look at your situation from a different perspective. So that's number 2. Should I take this shot? I'm gonna take the shot because fuck it, we won't. Yeah. Y'all, I gotta have a chaser because then this thing not even full. My sister didn't even fill it all the way up to the rim, but she was trying to be nice because the first few shots that we took, she filled them all the way up to the baby rim. Like, baby girl, what is she doing? But let me go and take this shot because it should have been gone like 2 hours ago, maybe. Yeah. Just for the heads up, water is the best chaser. I don't care what nobody say. When you drink water with your shot, you don't taste it. I don't care what nobody say. My third point for y'all is find something that keeps you level-headed when you're feeling overwhelmed. For me, some things that I'm able to do to keep myself level-headed when I'm feeling like things are just chaotic or I'm feeling overwhelmed about certain stuff is go read my Bible. Because when I read my Bible, it brings me to a place of peace. It's something about the word that just brings me to a place of peace. The second one is going to the gym. So doing some exercises, getting, you know, all of that negative energy out, pouring that energy out. When I go to the gym, I be feeling so good. When I am really overwhelmed, me working out definitely allows me to release my stress. I'll listen to my gospel playlist while I'm in the gym so that I can keep my head focused on where it needs to be in a positive mind frame so that when I go home, you know, I can tend to my son, I'll be refreshed, I'll feel revived, and I'll be refocused. 3 is journaling. Journaling definitely helps because it allows me to pour out everything I'm holding in, even stuff that I never even knew that I'd be holding in. Me journaling gives me a chance to talk about how I'm feeling. When I journal, sometimes I'll literally dialogue. I'll ask myself questions about certain things. So I'll actually dig deep and get to the root of why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling and how I can fix certain situations. And the 4th one, I would say therapy. Right now, I'm not in therapy because my therapist that I actually like, she left. And then my new therapist, she was older, so I don't know, y'all. It just wasn't for me. But I feel like me not being in therapy, I'm still doing good. So I don't feel like I need it right now. But if I need it in the near future, I'll definitely, you know, go back and get me a new one for however long I feel like I need it. Number 5, I said reaching out to other moms and talking to other moms so that you can get another perspective from somebody that is in your situation and actually understands how you feel. Because when you try to go out and talk to other people that's not really understanding, it's hard to get them to understand how you're feeling. Having other people that's, you know, going through the same things that you're going through, or even people that have kids that's a little bit older than yours, or just mommy friends in general, so that you can, you know, talk to somebody that actually understands and you don't feel so alone in your situation. Number 4, y'all, was give yourself grace and don't be too hard on yourself. I know that when we become moms, it is hard to not beat yourself up because you want to be perfect. You want to be perfect for this perfect bundle of joy. I know for me, I didn't want to mess up. Even when it came to me pumping, I would cry if my milk spilled or anything. It was like, dang, you're feeding your baby. This is your baby's milk. Like, get it together, baby girl. Be easy on yourself, because going into parenthood, you don't know everything. You don't know what's to come. Some things we aren't prepared for. And like some things you just got to jump out there and let life teach you experiences. And parenthood is one of those. Jumping into parenthood, it's no parent book. It's no parent book to how to raise your kids, how to avoid this, how to avoid that. I mean, it's people out there that can help, but everything don't help for or work for everybody and their kids, you know? So some things you really have to just go through it by yourself, and sometimes you might mess up, and that's okay, because like I said, nobody's perfect, and we as parents try to fight so hard to be perfect for our kids when they already see us as perfect. We beat ourselves up when they don't even look at us and be like, oh, mommy did this wrong or daddy did this wrong. You know, they look at us and they still love us unconditionally. So you gotta really give yourself grace and remind yourself that you're not perfect. You're not a perfect person, and you'll never be a perfect parent, and that is okay. Sometimes we mess up, you know, and that is okay. That's what resources are for. That's what having other people and having support is put in place for you. Everything and everyone is in your life for a reason. You just have to utilize it. For me, like I said, I had a lot of mom guilt, so it was hard for me to utilize that, but now I need help. You feel me? If I need help, I need help. It is what it is. We all in this together. We're all in this together. Giving yourself grace is definitely something that helped me find myself outside of being a mom, because it allowed me to look at myself and be like, okay, you're not perfect, but you're doing the best that you can. And at the end of the day, the smile on your son's face lets you know that you're doing everything the right way. So now when the negative thoughts come, or I feel like I'm gonna beat myself up about something, I definitely be like, baby girl, just look at your son. Your son is happy, he's healthy, he's fed, he's clothed, you got a job, you're working, you're doing everything that you can and that you need to do to provide for this child. So take it easy on yourself. We are our biggest critics, and the moment that we sit down and realize that we are not perfect and we wasn't born into this world to be perfect, it's like a weight is lifted off your shoulder. Number 5 is don't allow what outsiders and what other people say about how you raise your child or the things that you do on your free time affect you and get to your mental. The world is judgmental within itself, especially a lot nowadays because there's social media. When you become a new parent, or you're a parent in general, you're a young parent in your early 20s, whatever the case may be, people in the older generation, even people that's your age that don't got no kids, love to speak on how you raise your kids, love to speak on what you do or what you need to do for your kids. You need to whoop them. You need to do this. You need to do that. First of all, you don't need to tell me what I need to do with my child. You feel me? And I had to get to a point of understanding that, because I'm the one that had this baby. I'm the one that's raising this child. And if I feel like something is not beneficial or something is beneficial to the child that I'm raising, and I feel like it's in his best interest at this moment, then that's just what it is. It's not nothing nobody can tell me, not nothing nobody in this world can do that's going to make me shift how I'm raising my child, because I know that what I'm doing is in my child's best interest. And that's my job as a mother, to be that protector, to be that provider, to be that guider for my child, that nurturer, etc. A lot of people have a lot of opinions. They have a lot of, well, I think you should do this, and, you know, putting out everything that they feel like you should do when you know your child the best. You know what works for you and your child, so stick to it. Don't let anything anybody says about how you raise your child make you feel any type of way, make you look at yourself any type of way, make you question how you're raising your child at all, because the only person that knows that child inside out is you. The only person that knows what's beneficial for your child and yourself is you. So you got to stand on that. And I had to get out the mindset of, well, okay, well, if this person said that, well, maybe I'm doing it wrong. No, if I say something that I don't like, or I say something that I want to do with my child or for my child, that's it. Like, that's what it is. I don't care who has an opinion on it. Keep it to yourself. And if you want to share your opinion, trust and believe it's going in one ear and out the other, because I'm going to do what I feel like I need to do. Like, that's taking control of your life in a sense, because again, when you first have a child, a lot of people want to tell you what to do and interfere with how you're raising your child, and I'm not going for that. Like, I'm sorry, I don't care who it is, because that's the baby that I pushed out. That's the child that I'm gonna be raising. That's the child that I'm living with. That's the child that I know inside out. And that's just what it is. When you don't take offense and you don't take the opinions of other people personal and allow them to affect your mind, you'll feel free. Like, you'll just let stuff just roll off your shoulder. I promise you. Number 6, redirecting your mom guilt. So mom guilt for me was very hard. Like I said, I did not like asking people to watch him. So it was very rare that I would go out. It was very rare that I did anything with my friends, because like I said, I felt like I was putting my son on other people, when in reality, it's not even like that. I don't know. I don't know if other mothers, single moms ever felt like that, but for a while after I had my child, that is definitely how I felt. So I didn't like asking people to watch him. I didn't like asking people to babysit. So it was very hard for me. Another thing with my mom guilt was me working and him going to daycare, because for the first 10 months he was home with me. I was working from home and he wasn't in daycare. So we had a lot of bonding time. We had a lot of one-on-one time. And then I ended up putting him in daycare, and he's been in daycare ever since. Now, where the mom guilt comes in, I felt like, me and him wasn't able to spend a lot of time together. I felt like I wasn't giving him enough attention. I felt like because we went from being together all the time to him going to daycare during the day and me being at work during the day, and we only see each other in the morning and at night during the week, it was kind of hard. And then on top of that, I also worked another job where I would work right after my at-home job, and I would go to work at night. So I was working a lot, and I felt like I was robbing my child time with me. When I think about it now, I still understand, but when you look at it from that perspective and from that point of view, you'll always stay there. I had to realize as he's getting older, he has to be around other kids. He has to, engage with other people. He has to learn how to be around other people to function in this society. He can't just be up under his mom 24/7. And I definitely see the growth that my son has gained since he's been in daycare. He has developed so much. He was developing at home, but it's different when you're in a classroom setting, where you're around other kids your age, where you're around kids that's actually learning the same things that you're learning, and you're in a setting where it's a curriculum. He has grown tremendously. So I don't regret it, but at the same time, I did at the beginning, it was hard for me to accept that, and it was hard for me to understand that it's for the benefit of both him and me. School is never going away. So for me, mom guilt definitely ate me up for a lot. Even when I would be tired and I didn't feel like cleaning, or I didn't feel like doing something that specific day, I would beat myself up about it. Like, girl, your house looks crazy. What do you mean you want to lay down? I would be upset about it in my feelings a little bit, because it's like, dang, like, I wish I had somebody here to help me. But I had to get to the point where it's like, if you need your rest, you need your rest. If you need a break, you need a break. You do stuff that you feel like will bring you back to a place of finding yourself and being grounded within yourself, even if that's sitting outside, reading a book. I was so wrapped up in being a mom, I lost sense of who I was as an individual. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know the things that I enjoyed doing. I didn't know the things that I wanted to do. It was strictly me being on a schedule, and me just sticking to that schedule, and me just throwing in, fun stuff here and there for me and Bubby to do. But as I'm coming more into myself and becoming more in tune with myself, I'm really jumping out there and finding things that I enjoy doing, jumping out there, finding things that make me happy, finding things that keep me at peace. Maintaining your peace and your sense of solitude when you have kids is so important, because you don't want to drive yourself crazy. It's important to stay in tune with yourself so that you don't lose yourself, because it's so easy to lose yourself when you're, focused on taking care of somebody else. But it is okay to jump out there and, allow somebody to watch your child for a few hours, allow somebody to babysit your child for the weekend, so that you can come back to a sense of solitude, come back to a place where, you feel like you're refreshed, refocused, and you're able to tap back into yourself and, tap back into the things that make you happy, tap back into the things that you enjoy doing. So that's a few things that I feel like helped me find myself outside of being a mom. I still do all of those things, y'all. I still definitely take time to tap into myself. Even if that's at night when my son go to sleep, it's so important for me to be able to sit and just be at peace. you know, because that's all. For me, y'all, that's all I want in my life. Like, I just want to be at peace. I don't want to be in chaos. I don't want to be overwhelmed. I don't want none of that. So for me, it's very important to tap back into myself, because when I tap back into myself, I be like, oh, there's that girl, you know, and I'm able to have fun. I'm able to just be me. Instead of being mommy all the time, I'm able to take time and be me, do stuff outside of being a mom, you know, spend time with my friends. Granted, my friends love when my son come places, but it's like, I need a break sometimes. You feel me? Sometimes we need a break away from our kids, and that is okay. Like, it is nothing wrong with that. So don't beat yourself up about that, okay? You're the one that's taking care of that child day in and day out. Sometimes it gets draining. Sometimes we get overwhelmed. Sometimes we get tired. So it's very important to make sure you tap back into yourself. Hi, Ice Pop. Y'all, my dog is up here. Doing some stuff for self-care, to relax yourself, enjoying your solitude without any kids, without any noise, without any chaos. Like, it's just you being at peace, being able to think, being able to find different things that you enjoy doing, being creative, tapping back into yourself, okay? So that is the end of this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that these points that I did put in here help somebody with finding themselves, because like I said, it's very hard to find yourself, especially when you are a new mom, transitioning from life being just you to both you and your child. I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on my social media, and I will see y'all in our next video.